welcome. Right, I just want to talk about the TV shows, okay? I came across, in my earlier videos, I talked about Gotham, how they're going to, how Robert Patterson's sort of the Batman world is talking about making a TV series to expand on that universe, not this universe, but the Robert Patterson's universe. And I thought we've already had Gotham, and I've just watched Birds of Prey there, and it was trying to do a universe there and stuff like that with the Batman. We've had like Smallville, we've had um, Lois and Clark, and I honestly don't feel that we've had a true good Superman done on the TV, a good Superman series. I mean, I'm not talking about Tom Welling Clark Smallville, right? That series was good in its day. It was good. I've got all the DVD sets. When I was watching Lois and Clark, it's kind of dated now. It's kind of cheesy biscuits, so I don't really watch that as much. But again, I realise there is something lacking, a wee bit of the grit and the seriousness to that. For me, Gotham's covered. Gotham's done. We've had our Gordon and the making of Gordon and stuff like that. So to have another series is, I don't know, kind of pointless. And we couldn't get a Batman TV show probably because it's, I don't know, costly or something. It's cheaper to do a Superman series. Well, here the thing, we have a Superman and Lois TV series, and the problem before I get into this is that they didn't do Superman right in Supergirl. For me, they made him look like a weakling. It made it look like she was the superior, and even though she's just like fresh on the scene, and I just really didn't like how they portrayed him. He was meant to be like a beacon for Supergirl to look up to, but because of this so-called world that we're living in, it's like any chance they get in the show, they sort of put Superman down, and he's to look up to her. So I've really not enjoyed enjoyed that aspect of it. So here we go. We have like filming to start on Superman and Lois in September. After months of delay due to COVID-19, the new Superman and Lois TV series is set to begin filming in Vancouver in September. According to Directors Guild of Canada's production list, filming an entire first season of the show will take place between September 28th, 2020 and April 1st, 2021. Scheduled to premiere in January 2021. Superman and Lois will air on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. following The Flash. And Superman and Lois, after years of facing megalomaniac supervillains and monsters wreaking havoc on Metropolis and alien invaders intent on wiping out the human race. Did any of you catch that in the Supergirl show? I don't remember that. The world's most famous superhero, the Man of Steel, aka Clark Kent, Tyler Hoechlin, Teen Wolf, and comic books' most famous journalist, Lois Lane, Elizabeth Tulloch Grimm, come face to face with one of the greatest challenges ever, dealing with all the stress, pressures, and complexities that come with being parents in today's society. Complicating the already daunting job of raising two boys, Clark and Lois also must concern themselves whether or not their sons, Jordan Ellis, Little Fires Everywhere, and Jordan Alexander Gaff in the Peanuts movie, could inherit their father's Kryptonian superpowers as they grow older. Returning to Smallville to handle some Kent family business, Clark and Lois are reacquainted with Lang Manuel Chirque Entourage, a local loan officer who also happens to be Clark's first love, and her fire chief husband, Kyle Cushing, Eric Valdez Graceland. The adults aren't the only ones rediscovering old friendship in Smallville, as the Kent sons are reacquainted with Lana and Kyle's rebellious daughter, Sarah, and they Narvert wander darkly. Of course, there's never a dull moment in the life of a superhero, especially with Lois' father, Generals Samuel Lane, Dylan Walsh, and Niptuck, looking for Superman to vanquish a villain or save the day at a moment's notice. Meanwhile, Superman and Lois return to idyllic Smallville is set to be unpended when a mysterious stranger, Old Parks All American, enters their lives. Based on the characters from DC, created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Sista. That was hard to read. So basically, we've got a family dynamic thing going on, and we've got the kids. The one thing I didn't, there's many things I didn't like about Superman Returns, was the fact they introduced the boy, and it was like, oh, the father to the son, and the son becomes the father, and the father becomes the son, and all that sort of stuff, and like he's settling down the Lois Lane, and the fact that this Superman seems to have, right, okay, Supergirl, you're so fantastic, you'll be the superhero this world deserves. Me and Lois, we're going to go to Smallville. I'll kind of turn my back on the world, sort of thing, and I'm going to raise this family because I'm getting too old and I just want to live a life. And then in the Supergirl series, you also had him going to, oh God, what was it? Candor or something, living a wee bit of life there, then being miraculously saved as they had kids there because he's human, so they could make love and stuff and have kids there, then come back down to Earth. And of course the kids are going to have some sort of superpower because it's half Krypton, half human, and so we're going to have that dynamic. And I'm all for fresh stories, taking characters and reinventing them in some way. I just read an article there about Arrow and why why Black Canary wasn't Arrow's love interest in the series, and it went to this, to the other one, and I went, I don't care, because at least you should have went along that line. That's what everybody's tuning in for, is the Black Canary on a bike with the Green Arrow, and we never got it. I mean, there are some aspects you can go, but for me, this already sounds like another CW show, and it's like teen family show. It's like a version of the Lois and Clark falling in love, and even Dean Cain said at one point he would have loved to went down the road where they had kids. And I'm thinking, this show is really TV turns Superman into this family father figure, and that's not, that's like Batman somehow in a TV show making way and letting Robin, do most of the work while he's trying to find love. It just doesn't work for me. And I think I would have a hard time watching that, as I do with most of the CW shows. And I watch them because, as I say, I watch them because they were DC. And I will always feel that there's a market there for a really, really good thing for Batman in the small screen and Superman. And we've really not had it yet. Flash as well. Flash, it's not really him being the genius, it's the family, it's love, and it's really just family Saturday matinees, and that they make. And I believe for Superman and Batman, you can be as gritty, and the Warner Brothers has got to look at this for an example. We're getting CW TV viewers coming in to see these movies, and they're not ready for this yet. They've not read the comics. They expect some sort of Saturday matinee movie. you had Germany Geeks and Gamers who, I mean, his back wall is filled with Nintendo curly toys and Nintendo games and Mario Karts, and he loves Disney. Okay, God, I got someone in the family like that, and for a guy his age, it's kind of like he loves the family stuff, right? And so, hats off to him. That's his style. He likes family niceness and the superheroes, and I very much doubt he reads comics, and that's why he'll never like something like BVS, because just like Marvel movies, they're overindulging people with a certain way of making these hero franchises, and we should have, especially on TV, a mixture of different takes. And Smallville, if we remember, was definitely teenage angst, and it was all about love, and it was all about, oh, I love Lana, and how can I do this, and yeah, I know we get to the heart. You can get to the heart and soul of a character without going full overblown desperate housewives love life stories mixed in. It's a whole bundle of that, and you look at something like Gotham where it was all nitty gritty, but I still felt compassion for the villains and Gordon and everything else, and you can still have this sort of love interest with it being dark as well. But again, this is CW, and I really, as I said, I'm not looking forward to. There was news about Swamp Thing coming over to the CW, and it's just no. I would love Amazon to do something with Batman. I would love Amazon to do something with Superman, because I feel that they probably would be doing something more challenging, more real, more gritty, um, like they did with Hannah and stuff like that. I would. So yeah, that's. Do I look forward to this TV show? No. Do I think it would last? It probably will, because there is that fraction of audience out there that loves all the wee matinees, and I think for the fans, it's about time we had something. We've talked about the multiverse happening, from connecting the cinema to the TV. We have Robert Pattinson's Batman, which I believe is going to be maybe grittier and darker, and more real. And I would love something to do with. I mean, we had Krypton. Krypton, I believe, had great potential, but it was just bad writing. I didn't really. I felt it could have went a wee bit more Star Trekky. I think we weren't introduced to that universe very well. I think it only really got really interested comes the end of second season, where we had Thanagar and stuff like that. And I would love them to try Krypton again. I would love them to make a Metropolis TV show, but have it more. I can't remember that detective, Sawyer or something like that, Metropolis, who died. I'll need to check. I'll need to Google that. But he was the one that kind of stood up for Superman, and he stood up against Darkseid in the animated series. So I would love a series something like that on, and just more sort of real, because you tend to just lose interest. And I stopped watching soaps years ago, and we want something like Umbrella Academy or something. We want something like Lock and Key. Just something more real instead of the wish-wash family Marvel stuff that we are all so accustomed to. Arrow started off great in its first season and second season, but then it started to become very cheesy. I believe it went away from what it was doing in the first couple of seasons of Arrow. And again, they originally wanted to do Batman, but just didn't have the rights, and it's just heartbreaking. It is for me heartbreaking. As I say, I've collected these CW TV shows on DVD, but I'm trying to convince the family to stay watching it, and it gets harder. And now with Pennyworth, that seems to be for me one of the best DC shows out there just now. One of the fresh DC shows there. That's strange enough that it's from the makers of Gotham. But listen, I could prattle on for donkeys, feeling regret and the potential that these TV shows could have, but will never have. Um, you know, I would like. Here's an idea. I would like somebody else to play Superman, but in the style of Henry Cavill. Because you can't really have him doing a Witcher TV series and a Superman TV series. But I'd like it to be set and done in the Man of Steel sort of style. Wonder Woman as well in that sort of style. And then you've got a hit. Then fans, and of course Ben Affleck, but then you've got fans of these films that want more, that don't wait, can't wait for 2 years down the line before we see that sort of style again in the movies. We can get off Phil in the TV shows. When Krypton started, we thought, oh good, it's going to embody what we saw in Man of Steel, and it didn't. It didn't. Right, anyway, so that's my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts about anything, and whatever you comment you make, I'll look them up, and if you strike something, I'll say, right, that's my next video. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.